What is your current budget strategy for your PPC campaigns during the holidays? Do you even know what holidays you should be raising your budgets up for so you can make sure you don't run out? Hey, this is Nick Hodge with Sellers Arena, and in this video, I'm going to go into exactly how you can use Amazon's internal tools to make sure you're set up and prepared for all of these important holiday dates. All right, so in just a second here, I'm gonna hop over to the advertising platform and show you one of Amazon's internal tools that they added not too long ago. And it's gonna basically help you to strategize and automate your budget strategy for specific campaigns for each of your products. Now, before I do that though, I wanna say that, one of the things that we do for our clients, for example, and that I recommend that you guys do, and that we were doing in the past before this tool was available, like say Black Friday, Cyber Monday, that weekend, that big important event, we would plan on, for example, raising up the budgets by 3xing the budgets, maybe 4xing the budgets, depending on the product. I mean, this is something that you'll have to do your own research on to ensure that we don't run out of budget during that higher traffic time, because those sales are coming in really fast and you're not able to actually react in real time, be on the computer looking at your campaigns constantly, especially during those holidays while you're out doing your things with your family or whatever it may be. You're going to miss that opportunity to raise the bid. Your campaigns are going to run out of budget and you're going to miss out on a lot of sales. So that's what we would actually go in and do manually, or have one of our virtual assistants go in and do manually. Now, Amazon has basically solved this problem for us. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop over to Campaign Manager. And I've actually got two tabs open for this. Actually, this one is just some of the sponsored brand ads. We're going to turn off this filter. And I have another one that's still filtered for the sponsored brand ads, and I'm going to show you why here in a second. A little extra tip or ninja hack that you can use to help you with this. Once we get into this, you're going to be thinking, well, what dates do I set up? But I'll show you here in a second. So let's just hop into an exact match campaign and I'll show you the basics of this. Really cool thing that you can do here. So you're in exact match campaign, or any campaign that you need to set up these rules for, and you're going to go to the budget rules tab within your campaign. Okay, so you click on that and you're going to add a budget rule. So this is a campaign we haven't set up rules for yet. Right off the bat, increase daily budgets for recommended events. Click there to learn more about that. Settings, campaign, daily budget. Currently, we have it set there, and it's giving you an example of just how to set up the rule name, the type, so you can do it on a schedule, increases your budget during high traffic times or specific date ranges. Okay, and now down here you can pick that specific date range. Performance, okay, so this is another added thing you can do here. You can still pick a date range, but it's also going to allow you to give a performance metric, because we would do this too. We would be like, well, we don't want to triple the budgets on a campaign that's not doing well. So if we start getting a lot of clicks and it's not doing well, we don't want to have that budget raised so we just waste a bunch of money. But with this, you can have it to where, you can base it on ROAS, CTR, conversion, ACoS, and for example, if the ACoS is less than or equal to 30%, for example, we'll allow it to go ahead and raise that budget up. Now, you can just do this daily for the time period that you set, or you can go in here and do weekly, okay, and then you can set it up for specific days. So say, for example, I had, we don't want to do for the 28th, we'd want to do it's on 14th, so we want it to be like a few days before that. Maybe we say Friday, okay, and then say, for example, we only wanted it to do specific days, again, during that date range. So, we can go ahead and select those there. Now look what happens when you pick a date that's not within that date range. It's going to tell you that that day is not even in your date range, so it just warns you there. Generally, you can just do daily because you want it to look at that date range. I would just recommend setting it for daily. You set your ACoS rule up, or if you wanted to do a different performance metric, and then you can set up the performance increase. And this is a cool thing that I like because I don't like having to do math. We know our current budget is 1,600. So if we just said 100% increase, we could get an idea of what that's going to be. That seemed like a good amount for us. We could go with that. We could go with 200%, for example, and just see what that's going to be. So generally, what ends up happening is you want to be like at least double or triple your budgets. Depends on your product, depends on how much traffic you normally see to your product. Kind of do your own research on your specific product and brand and category. Okay. But here is an additional thing, because what are the best dates to pick for, that holiday, to prepare for that holiday or whatever it is? And what are all the holidays? Well, let me switch over to this other tab I have where I have some sponsored brand ads filtered out. And this is a side note. We like to have good naming conventions so we can easily find our sponsored brand ads. So we use SASB because, we're Sellers Arena. And these are the campaigns we're managing for this client. We're marking them with SA, and then SB obviously is for sponsored brands, so we can easily find them if we need to. So just scrolling down here, let me just click on any of these. It's not going to matter a whole lot. We're going to go in here and do the same thing. Going to go to the budget rules. All right, so you can see we already have some examples set up here, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in to one of them here, and just to show you, and this is the cool thing. So it's a little more limited as far as, you don't have the performance base. You only can do schedule only. You can't base it on performance for these sponsored brand ads. So you have to be a little bit more careful which ones you set up. So I would suggest, if you are doing this for a sponsored brand ad, that you look at your current campaigns and say, okay, this campaign isn't doing well, so I'm not going to triple the budget on this one, for example. We'll plan this only tripling the budgets on the ones that are doing pretty well. So you may not be able to plan these out as far, okay, for the sponsored brand ads. So you'll have to use a little common sense with those, and again, base it on your data as you get closer to the holiday on whether or not you want to be raising that budget. Here's the cool thing. Everything else is working the same minus the performance filter, but with this, even though they don't show this list in the sponsored product, you can just use this as a reference to make sure you set up the proper dates, your sponsored product ad budget rules. Just again, for example, Black Friday, you can see that they might want to between November 22nd and November 25th, and then Cyber Monday ends up being all put together into one. As you can see, that ends on 25th. This one starts on the 25th. Christmas, maybe you want to having the budgets tripled up to the 25th. That may not be that great. Again, you got to use some of the common sense and what would work best for your product and how well it sells. And then, when those start and end dates make sense according to when people are going to be buying their gifts, for example, for the holidays. So you may want to start a little earlier depending on the competition, depending on, if your product is a gift related product, you may want to have your budgets tripled all through the holidays, all through December, because if you don't, you might end up running out of budget pretty easily. Okay, so again, go based on your data, base it on your category, and adjust your dates accordingly. But again, this will give you a good rough estimate. And this list right here will allow you to just plan things out a lot better from the start. Now, one other thing to notice on this list is they don't have Prime Day listed. Right now, as I'm making this video, we are in the beginning of February. Once they announce that date, they will we'll see if they add that to the list this year, or, they just leave it to you to go ahead and enter those dates in manually. So it's probably going to be somewhere around June or July usually. So, we could go ahead and set this one up, we'll just say July 1st, July 7th as an example, and we'll just say Prime Day/week. We'll call it that because say for us, we're thinking that we just want to run it the whole week. Again, that's going to be up to you. Then you set up your performance metrics like this, for example, again, plan out your budget, and you're good to go. And you just click add rule and you're all set. And then once you have your rules set up, you can see here we've got our Valentine's Day example, we've got our Easter example set up. Can show you what the increase is going to be, show you what the budget we have set based on that increase. You can go ahead and schedule out all of your holidays in advance. Again, be a little bit more careful with the sponsored brand ads. Again, you're not going to know for sure how that campaign's going to be doing as you're getting closer to the holiday. So you could set them up in advance, but then you're going to have to do a review on, how that campaign's doing, and then maybe go back in and adjust. Okay, so you can also do that. If I wanted to go back in and adjust things, I could just click right back into the campaign, change to a more custom date range. I could change the percentage increase, anything we want to do, and then save it again right there. Update budget rule. All right. Okay, guys. So yeah, definitely set these things up, plan out your year, be ready with your budgets so you don't miss out on these high traffic times. And again, different holidays may not apply to your product. Even certain products, they don't sell well at all during the holidays because they're just not a gift related product. Okay, so that may not be even a time you want to look at. Yeah, keep those things in mind, give them a try, take advantage of this new internal tool that Amazon has given us to make your life a lot easier. And yeah, if you got some value out of this, definitely give me a like and make sure you subscribe, as we'll be putting out more videos just like this one to kind of help explain in more detail all the good things that Amazon is doing within their platform for free. You don't even need to go out and look for additional tools and pay additional monthly fees. All right, until next time, I'll see you in the next one.